we're effectively at war with another legal team as a council.
Yeah.
So the last thing we need is their legal team sitting watching it live. I kind of get that, but what I don't understand is why certain people, like maybe the family of the young girl who's been assaulted, locals, wouldn't be able to go and just sign a thing to say I won't disclose it and I won't video it.
Jamie, do you have to sign an NDA then to go in there?
No. Because I'm an elected councillor.
So you can come out and you can tell the public.
Well, I'm bound by the members' conduct, which is that this is a private meeting, so it has to remain private. But
Right.
that being said, I'm not going to be like other politicians who don't tell the public about things that are important. Like George Finch in Warwickshire went to the podium and said that awful Afghan that was in a HMO that raped a 12-year-old girl who's pleaded guilty. He come and told everyone, I know the facts. So I'll never keep any secrets from people. I don't care what those consequences are. But I don't think we're going to get any particularly juicy gossip on Tuesday. What we are going to be getting, I think, is a dilemma of how much it's going to cost to continue this case versus drawing a line. As far as I'm concerned, you can't put a price on a child being raped. So I think my view is at the moment, I'm yet to be convinced that we have to pursue until the very end. Otherwise, say it costs £500,000, which I don't think it would you pay that to stop a child getting raped? I would.
You'd pay anything you had. If you had it. Do you know what I mean? Of course you would.
So I'm of the view that this is a risk, a major risk to the public. It's a major risk to the safety of women and girls. It's absolutely not a financial decision. This is about what's right and wrong.
It's like when you look at it now, like what time is it now? Like
5 o'clock?
Yeah, also something I want to raise is, why is it you've got all these lawyers that are prepared to work pro bono? There'll be some legal person out there that's waiting for a career break. Shutting this would be it, wouldn't it? Because then every other council's going to employ you. So I hope we're actually negotiating these legal fees and not just, here's how much does it cost? Oh, here you go.
Do you not think sometimes though that like some lawyers are put off by it, because they think, well then if I do that, it's like.
I think lawyers go where the money is, to be honest. And surely if you're a legal professional, you can recognise this is a threat to the safety of people. You recognise that many other councils would like to close their equivalent hotels, and probably other councils are in a better position than this council in terms of the work being done before it became a problem. So you would like to think that there'll be a commercial instinct from a lawyer thinking, do you know what, if we get this hotel shut, it's in global news, every other council's going to want to employ my company to do the same.
Because that company is going to be on the lips of everybody.
Absolutely, So,
of course.
And you know what, I would also go as far as to say, even if they was to fail, the fact they were doing the right patriotic thing and trying would also raise their
it's a win-win situation
because,
for them
let's face
as well.
it, the people that are against what we are doing here is a tiny minority. The majority of this country are with us, not with all these woke people that are trying to say that, because as long as it's not their daughter being raped, it doesn't matter, does it? That's the problem.
Mate, do you know what? It's like, look, you talking about them stand up to racism people. They was outside the court where that guy, the Afghan guy, he pleaded guilty. They was outside the court protesting for him.
I didn't know that. That's disgusting.
They was. There's actually outside
these
the
people
court
that say they stand up for racism, they don't. They love racism. Because with these people incite violence, they incite racism, especially racism against white working class English boys. They love racism, these people. They don't and all these people that have signs that say refugees welcome here, there's a couple of hundred here. We'll move them to your town.
Move them to your town.
My solution, honestly, to the situation right now, because even if we control the borders tomorrow, these people are still here. All these people that vote Green and vote Lib Dem and refugees welcome here, let's put them in their village, see how they like it. Because they're voting for the opposite.
Well, we've seen this in Crowborough, didn't we? Look at that.
And now look, the Greens are so hypocritical that they're now saying they don't want
Well, do you know what? I was going to say this anyway, and I don't get involved in politics and stuff.
You're wise.
No, I don't bother getting involved. Not yet. There's a long way out to an election, and I think it'd be harsh of me to nail the coffin now and say, right, this is the one for me, because we're so far out. You never know what's going to happen. But these Greens they're run by a geezer who thought he could hypnotise women and make their breasts grow. Like, and
He's
he's
the leader of the Green Party is the most unserious politician to ever enter British politics,
It's
probably
crazy.
in my lifetime.
Just straight up.
But he is,
Crazy, isn't it?
he shouldn't even qualify to be a councillor.
Do you know what?
He's
Honestly, he thought that he could hypnotise women.
a con artist.
Yeah, he hypnotised women and tried to convince them that he's making their breast grow bigger.
Fuck,
Does it work? Does it work for men?
Yeah, I was going to say, you do well,
Right, yours don't need to be
Give me his number.
Do you know what? I think
Might
someone
shrink
actually
yours.
asked him. I think someone actually asked him that before, though, didn't they? Like, and he wants to like legalise heroin and crack and stuff.
Yeah, I know, the
you
country
know,
be
like,
fucked, isn't it?
mate, how can you start fucking?
That's crazy.
I just, mate, it's just crazy. Yeah, the Green Party.
It's
and the
quite weird because
reality
it says
is, Jaymey, they're
on
actually going to probably
like
gonna do
legalise
quite well.
all these
do
drugs
well
and
in some
everything.
areas.
They will do. Yeah.
Well, the people who've
But
taken them will
that
still take them
goes to show
regardless.
how
It's not going to
dangerous,
change anything,
when people
and it
say,
doesn't
"Oh,
mean
I'm
that
not
people are going to get
voting,"
more help from
well,
it.
You got to
You
now.
know, if you think things
Yeah.
are bad now, it can get a lot worse.
Listen, I was one of them people.
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
Lots
a
of
couple
people
of
are.
years ago, I was one of them people, that would say, fuck, no point voting. Yeah.
I've
I
never
think nothing
voted in my life.
changes anyway. But we have to start.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like we genuinely have to start voting.
I voted
You know,
Reform
and
and
it
we
can't
got
be
Labour.
about
Yeah, exactly.
friendships and
in
things
my
like
local
this,
area.
and
Yeah.
you need to be right. This is what
But
I
it was
believe
close.
in. You know, and that's
Things will
it.
never
Yeah, the votes were
change.
close,
It's the same
and it's
people
always
who are in
been
control.
conservative for
My biggest,
before I was
like,
born.
Nah, I'm not going to go down the government route with you. Yeah, can't be bothered. No, I think I said it to you before, actually. I think I said it to you before. You gave me an answer, so I'll ask you to say it again. Yeah, it's like with reform. I said they're propped up by like conservatives, etc.
Not really, if I'm honest.
And then I said, I think reform are going to win.
Yeah,
the
I'm
next
joking,
election,
man.
I think they're going to win it.
And people have got to understand that even if reform isn't perfect in their eyes, let's just say some people think what you do, which I don't think is true.
Yeah.
And it is far better.
What's
we have far more
regionalisation?
chance of saving the country with reform than anybody else.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
And especially people that haven't ever voted before, they've got to give their first ever vote to reform at the next election, because we've already spoken about how dangerous the Green Party and stuff is. These people, sadly, have a lot of popularity, and they're crazy, and they're insane, and their policies are unbelievably insane. They don't think that we have a border problem. They advocate. The Green Party advocate for a borderless country, no nuclear weapons. I mean, these people, we would be eaten alive by hostile actors on the world stage. So, reform will protect this country's national interests, something this current government obviously doesn't do. The previous government started all this problem. And look, I used to be a member of the Conservative Party. I hate the Conservative Party for what they've done to this country. Let's face it, if the Conservative Party had actually been Conservative in government, we wouldn't have this hotel here. We'd all be at home with our families right now. Instead, they let the country down.
My biggest worry, though, Jaymey, about reform and stuff, like they probably will win, like I said, and then you're going to end up, something will happen, a big smear campaign will come out, Nigel Farage will have to stand down, and the next thing you know, you've just got a Conservative MP disguised as a Reform MP, because do you know what I mean?
I think you're right to point out there is going to be horrific attacks on all. Look, I get it. I'm a councillor.
And what about this guy down in, where was it, Wales or something?
Yeah, no, I mean, look, he's been getting a big punishment for what he's done, and rightly so. Anyone that does that should be punished.
Got like
I don't
12
care who
years
they
in
are.
jail,
But
didn't
10
he,
and a
though?
half years. But
Yeah.
look, so the point you're making, they are going to reform are on a winning trajectory, and there are going to be so many people that will do anything, including lie and make things up, in order to stop our party. And that's why we're lucky as a party. We have 260,000 members who control our party, and they will not allow what you're saying to happen. Reform will always be run by a reformer, and our leader Nigel Farage will lead us into general election, will become Prime Minister. What Nigel does with his career is up to him, but the people want him, and the way a democracy works is, for as long as people will vote for you, you have a job. So, we all know that out of all of the people leading parties right now, there's only one man that's up for it. Seriously up for it. And also, let's face it, the current Prime Minister never won that general election. He accidentally won it, and we all know why, because a lot of people didn't vote. But also, he sadly capitalised on not having an opinion on anything and just lied to everybody.
He has lied to everybody.
At least Reform are coming up with their policies now, and they're saying what they're going to do. We're going to arrest, detain and deport people that come on the boats. And no one else is saying that. And the Tories just copy our homework constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, even
But to be
Labour have
fair-
started
to
to,
be
really.
fair, and Labour,
Yeah.
but to be fair, if you are going to copy someone's homework, you might as well copy someone really good. At least they're copying the right people.
Well,
It's
listen,
a compliment, really.
I say that quite a lot, anyway, yeah.
Even the local council, the local Conservative councillors copy me all the time. It's so cringy.
Do you
So
reckon?
cringy.
Do you think like Nigel going on to Celebrity Jungle? Like things like that there. Like,
I think it was already known before that.
Yeah.
I think it might have got.
do you think people
people
were surprised, Jaymey, of how popular he actually was?
I think people on the left of politics, and
Yeah.
the people who have been caught out the most, the people caught with their trousers down right now is the Conservative Party. Because
Yeah.
they completely underestimated, and even when I was in the Tory Party, I used to say, we've got to watch what's happening with reform. I actually said to one of the Ongar councillors where I am, who's a Tory, I said, I genuinely think there's either complete ignorance or a complete misunderstanding as to the mood of the country. This is when I was in the party. But people have underestimated how popular he is, and also Nigel has, on social media, built such an enormous platform that I think the other day Kemi was doing a speech and there was like 400 people watching. Nigel had 9,500 watching live. So I think, frankly, Nigel's cut through with the younger generation, and it's the younger people that are actually paying the price now.
Yeah.
And young people want to save their country just as much as my grandparents do.
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
think never has there been a party in politics which has had loads of popularity from the younger people and the older people.
Right.
And I think there is a lot of people that have still got their grandparents. I'm lucky to have mine. They hear about how our country used to be. You see photos. You drive down places, go to places like Enfield, where my
Yeah.
family are from, and you look at it now, and people want their country back. Literally, it's as simple as that. And I think never in our politics before has the other main parties been so bad and the third option been so good, which is where we are now.
Well, I've said for quite a while, like, governments as we know it, Labour and Conservative, they're done.
Totally.
They're done.
And rightly so.
Yeah, rightly so.
Any van driver will bought a battery van. We're going to pay £9 now. Who are they going to be voting for? Because they won't be voting for anyone as well. It's another lie.
Mate, do you know, I
But
tell you,
also-
Another lie.
also-
All these businesses what have gone out and
Yeah.
spent loads and loads of money on electric vans to get into London,
Yeah.
and they're going to charge £9 now.
Yeah.
But hang on,
So
some,
everyone's lied.
but
Yeah.
on the point of view, Les, that whole Sadiq Khan thing, everyone knocks Sadiq Khan and Labour for this. It was a Conservative
Conservatives,
government.
Boris,
put it in.
Boris
The
put that in,
Conservative
didn't he?
Party could have stopped you.
Yep.
Conservatives could have stopped you, Les. They didn't.
They could have
You got
done.
some activity
Yeah.
over here. Much more interesting.